Hello lads, Osman here, back again. Just a quick post-match analysis on the 2-0 victory over Hull City in the semi-final of the League Cup. First of all, obviously happy with the victory. To be honest with you, I'm quite disappointed, not with the performance, but the lack of ruthlessness in front of goal. I did tweet out at half time that I'm not really happy with the fact that we're spending a lot of opportunities to score. Obviously, I know that's stating that it's stating the obvious pretty much, but what I will say is. When we do come up against a better team or a better opposition, we will get punished because in the Premier League, if you don't take your chances, it's going to come back to bite you, and that's something that it needs to be transmitted over to the players. Obviously, I know that it's not intentional, but it definitely needs to improve on our finishing because, like I said, against Liverpool, if we're missing chances like we did in the first half, it's literally going to cost us the game. And it has obviously done earlier in the season. So, going through the first half, we did have a couple of chances. I think it was one Matteo who had a chance in the first 8 minutes, possibly. Opportunities left foot, laid off at the edge of the box. Good strike and a good save by the keeper. But apart from that, in the first 20 minutes, what I did notice is we was ridiculously slow. Moving the ball slow, overall play slow, sloppy. There was a lot of times when our players were either losing the ball, unsuccessful dribbles, passing the ball away. Just things that you won't associate with our team of late. So I was a bit disappointed, to be honest with you. We didn't start the way I anticipated us to start. But after the 20 minutes mark, Mata and Mkhitaryan, who I felt were quite pivotal in everything good going forward in the first half, start to get involved in the game, and that's when we started creating the chances. And then that's obviously when the opportunity arose to Mkhitaryan to have a shot on goal. I think it was down the left side. Good work by Darmian, who plays it into Mata, goes past two men, and he played it back to Mkhitaryan. And honest to God, I actually celebrated before he hit it because I thought he scored surely. Because I don't know how he's not at least hit it on target. So the fact that he's missed the target completely is just baffling. I thought it was a goal. I thought he's scoring this 100%. So obviously that was the first chance that we did have in the half. We did have a couple of the half shots, pop shots, so to speak. Mkhitaryan had another one a bit later in the half, roughly about 30 minutes or so, on his left foot. Again, good footwork, but just that final product was not there. Like I was saying, we need to be more clinical in front of goal. I know we were missing Zlatan today, but it's just I just feel like the whole team needs to put more goals. We just need to score more goals. Like if you look at our goal difference compared to other teams, like even Tottenham have got a way superior goal difference to us. And I'm not having to go at Tottenham because they're a decent team, but what I'm saying is you wouldn't associate them on paper compared to our team to have a lot more goals than us, because I feel like we have a lot of goals in our team, but the players aren't taking the chances. So going into the first half, what we'll say is I felt like we were playing alright after the 20 minute mark. We seemed to move the ball quite quickly. There was a lot of movement in behind, especially from Rashford in particular, who was running behind quite a lot. Mkhitaryan was making a couple of decent runs, and there was a lot of movement. A lot of it was coming from Juan Mata, who I felt was, like I said, a pivotal part in everything good going forward in that first half in particular. And then moving on to the second half. Again, we started fairly slow, but I think we picked up a lot more in the second half. Jose must have said something at half time because personally, I predicted a score of 4-0. I felt like we had to win this convincingly. We do have a lot of fixtures coming up. I think, if I'm not mistaken, roughly around our second leg period, we've got a couple of hard fixtures coming up. I know we play Man City mid-February time, so we can't really afford to be playing a full strength team in the second leg. But given the circumstances, we might have to at least play a decent team because I like to say 2-0 is one of the most dangerous scores in football. But yeah, so second half, the balls played. I remember this moment particularly because I thought this was the moment that Rooney broke the record. It was the 50th minute. Pogba gets the ball from deep, and honest to God, some of the passes he plays. Like, one thing I will say about Pogba, I've not had an opportunity to read anyone else's sort of analysis, so to speak. But one thing that we have missed for a long time since Paul Scholes is the person who's going to take risks with passes in the final third. And I've seen a lot of times, in particular today, when Pogba's clipping the ball in for Rashford, and I'm liking that sort of chemistry that they've got. It seems like, they've got some sort of bond there. So in the sense that as soon as Pogba picks the ball up, Rashford is running in behind straight away, and that's something we definitely did not have last season. I know it wasn't working that much in the first maybe 60 minutes, as in successfully, but what I will say is, as long as we're getting the defenders running back towards our own goal, it's obviously, it's going to tire them out, and obviously stretching the play. So that's one thing Rashford 100% does offer us, and I do love that about him. But obviously going back to this opportunity, Pogba gets the ball deep in our own half, pings it, skulls S, dare I say, down the right flank. Rooney makes a beautiful run on the right wing. I don't even know what he's doing there, but he gets in, takes a touch, brings it down from the right side, drills it across goal, and he misses. I thought that was a moment. I think basically all of Old Trafford thought that was a moment. You could hear a huge gasp, but unfortunately that wasn't the moment for Rooney, and then he was subbed off quite shortly after. I think it was about 8 minutes after. So hopefully my dream and a lot of United's dreams can come true, and he breaks that record against Liverpool. If I'm being honest with you, I did say in my preview, but I said that Rooney would score actually in my preview, but I would prefer, if Rooney didn't score today, and obviously it gives him a bit more hunger to go and break it against a team he literally hates, which is Liverpool, obviously being an Evertonian. But moving on from that moment, 60th minute on, Rooney obviously goes off for Anthony Martial, who I thought had a decent second half. He was running at the players at every opportunity he got, pretty much what you expect from Martial. Obviously stretching the play again, and it was an interesting sort of front three, because it's kind of what we've been wanting. So we had Rashford, Martial and Mkhitaryan at front three, potentially the future of United, given obviously Zlatan's age. So it was nice to obviously see them playing together. It gives them an opportunity to obviously build chemistry, etc. But in the second half, I felt like the momentum was building, and it was literally just a matter of time until we did get that goal, and that goal did come. And the ball gets played into Mkhitaryan, who hits an absolutely perfect header back into the danger area, and there's that man Juan Mata. Honest to God, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm, for one, have been a person who's been very disappointed with Mata for a long time now, in the sense that I just feel he hasn't realised his potential. Like when he was at Chelsea, and he was absolutely unbelievable, and like when we signed him, I thought we're gonna get that play that we saw at Chelsea. And in his defence, we did have Moyes, and we had Van Gaal, so I can kind of give him the benefit of the doubt. But now I feel like every time he's played this season, he's been absolutely amazing. Like seriously, he either assists or is a pivotal part of everything good that's going forward, and or he gets a goal. Like his stats, I'm not a stat person at all, but his stats speak for themselves, and obviously he puts in the performances day in, day out. And I know he doesn't play week in, week out, but obviously, like I said, it's about the squad at the end of the day, and players like Mata seem to step up every time. And 1-0 should I say, Mata, the back post, hits it in, easy tapping in the end, but it's all about the positional play to anticipate where the ball's going to drop. I think that it potentially could have been given offside, but if he's given that offside, like, come on man, that is so harsh. But I suppose if you're a Hull fan, you'd probably be saying it's harsh for them anyways. But obviously it goes 1-0, and after that it was all United really, to be honest. But even at this point, I was very disappointed. Like if we finished, my mum just come here. If we finished 1-0, then obviously I would have been really disappointed. But thankfully, obviously, we kicked on, and we did get that second. What I will say is I did actually miss the last 10 minutes. My mum just sat behind the cameras, man. I did miss the last 10 minutes. However, I am made aware of the fact that the tree known as Marouane Fellaini has justified his substitution. He had that infamous substitution against Everton. I think we all know what happened there, and I think since then, arguably, he's been one of the probably most hated players for a while now, and quite deservedly as well. But obviously came on today and got the most important goal. I think, the second goal was an absolute killer for Hull. Obviously, like I said, I'm not saying that we've won the game. 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. We've seen a lot of teams such as Bournemouth and other teams that you wouldn't expect to do amazing comebacks this season. So by all means, the tie is not over whatsoever. But obviously 2-0 just gives a bit more opportunity to maybe rest them. Another player like Carrick, for example, in the second leg. I know he wasn't playing today, but just hypothetically speaking. But what I will say is, it's 2-0. It's just, I'm a bit disappointed, if I'm being honest with you. You probably can tell that I'm not overly happy. I feel like we had to hit them for 4. Like in the first half, we had enough opportunities. We had a lot of opportunities, a lot of pop shots. There was a little bit of quality lacking. And one thing I will say is I was giving Darmian quite a bit of stick. He was getting into good positions, but his final delivery was not good enough. And there's one thing that's, I love Antonio Valencia and Darmian as well to an extent, but the final ball just has to be better. Like, I've grown up watching like Gary Neville and Patrice Evra. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's like I expect a lot better. And even Raphael, to be in his defense, was quality right back. Or was it Fabio right back? One of the two. I think it's Raphael. But yeah, like I said, the final ball just needs to be a lot better from everyone, even from corners. I can't remember the last time we scored a corner. I'm pretty sure it was Leicester when we beat them 4-1. That was a long time ago. But yeah, just a quick summary. Not really happy with the overall sort of scoreline. Performance itself was decent. You got to remember, I'm not playing against an amazing team. I'm not going to get carried away whatsoever. I think for us, our test is on Sunday. I have been getting happy, obviously, the fact that we had an amazing run, but I think the last couple of performances, not so much the one on the weekend, but the last couple of ones against Hull, Borough, etc. I feel like we've seen a bit of weaknesses there in the sense that we're not being as clinical as we should be. I don't know. I just feel I'm not as convinced with our performances of late. However, we are getting the results now. I think before we were playing better against Burnley and Stoke, etc. We weren't getting the results. I don't feel we're playing as good now. But obviously it's a results business, and that's the most important thing. But like I said, our test is on Sunday. If we beat Liverpool on Sunday, then obviously I feel like we're definitely in for something this season. We've definitely got an opportunity to have a good season. But just overall in this game, disappointing. Happy the fact that we obviously got the win. 2-0 is a decent scoreline, but was hoping for a bit more. What I will say, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has given me a lot of good feedback. Obviously, like I said, with the sharing my videos, my previous videos on social media such as Twitter, Facebook, etc. I honestly do appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully I will make another video with the Liverpool game soon. Obviously, that's the big one. And yeah, take care, boys, and hopefully I speak soon. Peace. And my mum's still sat there smiling.